Hi everybody, how are you doing? I hope we're having a good week so far. So today is Thursday the 24th of April 2014. So this review is a bit late, so I do apologise. I have just been to the gym. I'm pretty much half dead. So if at some point during this review I stop talking and I collapse, you'll know why. But yeah, send an ambulance or search party, whatever, if you can. Anyway. How about it? Last night, Seeing Red. Oh my god, episode 20 was just absolutely fabulous. It was intense. We had twists, we had secrets being revealed. We now know that Oliver did something in his past that his mother took care of. Which may come to haunt him later on, I believe, and I'll get to that one in a moment. But tables were turned as well regarding Slade Wilson in particular, and then, but the biggest one obviously being the title itself is saying Seeing Red, and it was pretty much all to do with Roy Harper losing himself to the Mirakuru, completely taken over by it. He was off on a roid rage, and that's roid with an R-O-Y-D, as we've already used on Twitter. And oh my god, there was just no shortage of action and drama and intense suspense in this episode. It was just, oh god. So as always, spoilers will be mentioned in this video. Of course, you can already tell by the title because it does say in brackets spoilers. So Moira's campaign, with running for mayor for Starling City up against Sebastian Blood. she's trying to organise a pep rally. She's going to get her supporters behind her, and she's pretty much ahead of Sebastian. We then find out something has happened to, Thea's under protection because of what Roy's doing at the moment. He's out there pretty much taking people out single-handedly. He took out a couple of police officers, pretty much almost incapacitated about four other guys as well, and he struck at Sin as well. He broke, this is very interesting, he broke Oliver's leg. It was just, oh dear, which was not very nice for Oliver, so he's now limping. But yeah, it was pretty much all about Roy submitting to getting taken over by the Mirakuru. It was just explosive. But Thea decides to take action for herself, even though Diggle's protecting her. He's making sure that she's okay, she doesn't get hurt or anything, but she puts herself in danger as such, in harm's way. But that was the only way to get Roy out of the shadows as such, to come after her. Now, it was his way, because as we know in the past, when Oliver says something related to Thea, Roy calms down. But on this occasion, it just wasn't working. He was so taken over by the Mirakuru, nothing was working. And even when eventually he finds Thea, he nearly kills her. And that's Sarah Lance, even then tries to take action. She was about to kill Roy as well. And that for me says that, she has the capacity, the will to kill someone. Oliver doesn't want her to kill anyone. Oliver doesn't want her to kill, because even when Oliver was killing back in season 1, and then obviously after what happened with Tommy, he knows how that feels. He doesn't want Sarah to be in that position. But don't forget, obviously Sarah's been trained by the League of Assassins, so it's bound to happen at some point. So yeah, what else do we have? As I say, obviously Moira's doing her rally, but then when she finds out that Thea's in danger, she decides to don't say that she decides Thea's not in danger. What happens is that Thea doesn't want her mother using Verdant as the venue for her rally, and that's when Moira makes a choice to either become mother to Thea and Oliver or mayor for Starling City. She decides that she doesn't want to run for mayor anymore. And that causes a massive ripple. She even goes to Sebastian Blood and tells him that she doesn't want to run anymore, because she's got a family to look after. As far as she's concerned, her family come first, which you can understand. But then at the rally, she changes her mind because Thea and Oliver are both there at the rally with her, and you know, she changes her mind about it because at that moment we find something out, an interesting twist that we didn't even realise. Moira knows about Oliver. She knows who he really is, because obviously when he's limping in the nightclub, she obviously remarks, "Oh my God, that's like the second motorcycle accident you've had in as many days now." And she obviously knew. She's known since last year. She's been aware of it. It was since the I think it was the interrogation of when he was, you know, Masters the Hood, and I think it was during the earthquake incident. So I think towards the back end of season 1 was when she had an idea that he was masquerading as the Hood, but she didn't want to say anything. And yet here she is revealing to Oliver she knows, and it makes Oliver happy. You know, Oliver has that feeling where, okay, my mother knows. Maybe now I can actually, you know, he feels like a page has been closed or something like that in a book as such, and she feels fine about it. She knows that Oliver's out there saving people and putting himself out there and, you know, being a hero. But at the same time, they're both protecting Thea by not telling her who Oliver is. So that's an interesting thing. But where we really hit the point of the episode was pretty much towards the end. Was where it really got intense, and it was just oh my God. I didn't. No one saw this coming, unless of course you were working on the episode. But no one saw this coming, and I didn't see it coming. But Slade turned the tables on Oliver. He had Moira, Thea, and Oliver all kidnapped, tied up, and he basically did to Oliver what Ivo did to Shadow and Sarah, making Oliver choose between his own mother and his own sister. And it's like, okay, who's going to die here? It can't be Oliver because, well, he's the central character of the show. It could be Thea. And if it is Thea, does that then spark a war between Deathstroke and Merlin? And then I'm thinking, it can't be Moira. None of them can die. I don't want any of them to die. You don't want anyone in the Queen family to die because, well, they are a unit. They are the three of them amongst themselves. They are a tripod. You take one away, that tripod falls over, basically. Because Moira was about to reveal another secret about Malcolm Merlin before their car got smashed into by Slade Wilson's, you know, motorcade, I would imagine. She was about to reveal another secret about Malcolm. We don't know what that secret is. Maybe next season we might find out. But she was about to reveal something. That's when they got hit by another car, and that's then we find them, all three of them, tied up, and Slade is asking Oliver to choose between his mother and his sister. Moira decides that she's going to sacrifice herself for her kids. You've got Slade's pointing the gun at Moira, and she's begging Slade to let her children live and take her life. And you know, she gives him this little speech, and he turns around and says, you know, something about honor and such. He puts the gun away, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, he's going to spare her life and he's going to leave all three of them be. But the next thing you know, he turns around with his sword and stabs Moira. And I'm just like, oh my God. I was like, you just cannot comprehend the feels that were going on. And everybody who watched the episode will tell you that they did not see that coming. And who knows what's going to happen now. We've already seen the trailer for next week's episode, and it looks tasty. Slade's army is ready. Brother Blood is leading this army. We even get a glimpse of a certain Ravager as well. A split second, if you blink and you miss it, basically, is that moment for you. But it looks like something heavy is going to go down next week. The next 3 episodes are going to be explosive. They're literally going to be explosive. I cannot wait. But Moira, I just this is going to be the massive downfall for Oliver, because he obviously was happy that his mother knows his secret and that he has someone in his family to cover for him, you know, and it's like, it's just unbelievable. But the flashbacks that we got in this episode, this is, so I'm coming back to what I said at the beginning. Oliver got a girl pregnant, not Laurel, not Sarah, neither of them do. Another girl. She's from Central City. We didn't even know who she is, what her name is, but she got her. He got her pregnant, and Moira does something that Oliver doesn't even know about. She gives the girl $1 million to go back to Central City and raise the child, but ring Oliver to tell Oliver that she had an abortion, or she lost a baby, she had a miscarriage, even. So that Oliver doesn't have any idea that the child is out there, born, you know, raised, boy or girl, whatever it is. So she pays her $1 million. Moira pays this girl $1 million, and then she says she's going to give her another $1 million once she has told Oliver about miscarriage. And an interesting thought had come to someone on Twitter, my friend Kyle. He sent a tweet basically saying that, what if this is Connor Hawke? Okay, now this was 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, we're going back now, that Oliver got this girl pregnant. It's not far-fetched, to be honest, because he does have a son called Connor Hawke, and it's not through Dinah or Laurel that he has this child, it's through someone else. Was it? I wouldn't say it was Cheshire, it wasn't Cheshire, it was through some, I can't remember honestly from the comics, but yeah, that wouldn't be far-fetched. So who knows, maybe in season 3 Connor Hawke appears. So you've got Speedy, you've got Red Arrow, and now you've got Connor Hawke, Green Arrow Mark 2 as such. Good lord. Yeah, so there's so much going on. But yeah, as I say, I think obviously the biggest shock was Moira being killed, murdered by Slade. So Merlin is going to return. We know that Malcolm Merlin is going to be back for I think the season finale. So I think he's coming back to get revenge on Slade for what he did to Moira. That if that happens, oh my god, I can't. I'm going to wet myself with excitement right now. I'm sorry. So, but anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all very much for watching. Don't forget, Arrow Character Spotlight this weekend, if I can find someone to talk about. I don't know yet, so we'll see who I can talk about. But yeah, next week, what was it? Was it City of Blood or something like that? I think it was what next week's episode is called. It's, oh good lord, I'm just, yeah, City of Blood. Yeah. Anyway, let your thoughts be known below, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.